Introverts, how did you meet your girlfriend? Mine started with silence. I go to the same coffee shop every Saturday. Same seat, same order, no small talk. There was this girl who always sat across the room, headphones on, book open, never looked up. One day the cafe was full, only one seat left. Across from her. We both looked at each other like, please don't talk to me. We didn't. For 2 hours. When I got up to leave, she slid a napkin across the table. It said, I like that you don't force conversations. And her number. We've been talking ever since. My roommate was texting me while sitting right next to me. It started as small things. A text from my mom saying, are you okay? I was fine. Then a friend. Call me now. It's urgent. I hadn't called anyone. Last night, my roommate was on the couch beside me. Her phone buzzed. She didn't move. The message? Look behind you. Now. I froze. She swore she didn't send it. No one else had access. Then my own phone buzzed. Same message. I'm not sure who's texting, or why they know where I am. I got this text at 2:47 a.m. I was half asleep when my phone buzzed. No name. Just a number I didn't recognize. The message said, I think you deserve to know the truth. I almost ignored it. Instead, I replied. They told me the story I'd believed for years was a lie. The accident, the apology, the reason someone disappeared from my life. They sent proof, screenshots, dates, messages I was never meant to see. Everything I'd forgiven was based on something that never happened. I stared at the last message for a long time. They know I told you. What's the greatest mistake of your life? This one still wakes me up at night. I was 22 when my dad called me. He said, I don't feel so good. I told him I was busy. I said I'd call him back later. Later turned into weeks. I missed calls, ignored messages. Then one night my phone rang again. This time it wasn't him. It was the hospital. My biggest mistake wasn't something I did. It was thinking I had more time. Redditors who fucked around and found out, what did you find and do you regret it? I ignored the warning signs. Everyone told me, don't mess with him. I thought they were exaggerating. So I ran my mouth, pushed boundaries, tried to look tough. Then one night I found out. Not in a fight, not in a threat, but when my boss called me in and showed me screenshots, messages, posts, everything I thought was private. I lost my job that day. Do I regret it? Yeah. Because sometimes finding out costs way more than you expect. Introverts, how did you meet your girlfriend? Here's mine. I never go out. Parties? Nope. Bars? Never. We met online. In a quiet corner of a forum about books. We argued about the same novel for weeks. Then one day she sent me a message. You're insufferable, but maybe I like that. I laughed for hours. I replied, don't get used to it. 3 months later, we met in person. I was nervous. She was smiling. And somehow, it just clicked. We've been together ever since. I thought the Tung Tung Sahur meme was funny, until it knocked on my door. It started as a joke. My little brother kept blasting those Tung Tung Sahur edits at 3 a.m. Bass boosted, distorted, stupid. Then one night, my Wi-Fi cut out, and my phone started playing the sound. Not from TikTok, not from YouTube, just playing. Tung, tung, sahur. Slow, echoing. I turned off my phone. It kept going. Then there was a knock on my bedroom door. 3 slow taps. Tung, tung, tung. My brother was asleep. I checked. The sound moved. To the hallway. Then right outside my window. The next morning, our doorbell camera caught something at 3:07 a.m. No person, just audio. 3 knocks. And my brother hasn't played the meme since. Because he swears. He deleted it days before that night. What's the angriest your wife has ever been at you? This almost ended my marriage. It was our anniversary. I told her I had a surprise. I came home late. Empty hands. No gift. She didn't yell. She didn't cry. She just said, so this is how much I matter. Then she packed a bag. That's when I remembered. The surprise wasn't flowers. It wasn't dinner. I had booked a weekend trip for the wrong date. I showed her the reservation. She unpacked the bag, looked at me and said, you are an idiot. But you're still alive. I never forgot an anniversary again. I shouldn't have opened that folder. I was at my best friend's place, using his computer to print something. He said, "Yeah, just don't mess with anything." On the desktop, there was a folder with my name on it. I told myself it was a joke. I clicked it anyway. Inside were screenshots, my texts, my photos, private messages I'd sent years ago, then documents, notes, dates, every mistake I'd ever told him about. Organized, labeled. At the bottom was a single file. If he ever turns on me. I heard him walking back down the hall. I closed the folder, printed my paper. He smiled like nothing had changed. But I realized something I can't unsee. He wasn't my best friend. He was preparing for me to be his enemy. My door was locked from the inside, but I was home alone. I lived by myself. No roommates, no pets. One morning I woke up and my bedroom door was locked. From the inside. I thought maybe I'd done it half asleep. Until it happened again. And again. Nothing was missing. No signs of a break-in. But things were slightly different. My chair moved. My laptop closed. My window cracked open. So one night, I set up my phone to record. In the morning, the door was locked again. The video showed my door opening at 2:11 a.m. Someone stepped inside. They didn't look at the camera. They walked straight to my bed and stood there, watching. Then they locked the door and left.
What's the dumbest idea you've ever had that somehow worked? Mine started as a joke. I was failing a class and hadn't studied at all. The exam was in 10 minutes, so I did something incredibly stupid. I walked into the exam room, sat down, and confidently asked the teacher for a new test paper. She looked confused, then apologized. Turns out, they had given me the wrong version. I got the easier test, passed the class, and to this day, I have no idea why that worked. So now I'm curious, what's the dumbest idea you had that actually worked?
I shouldn't have read her messages. Borrowed my girlfriend's phone because mine was dead. She said, "Yeah, sure." No hesitation. A notification popped up. His name. Her ex. I told myself not to look. I looked anyway. At first it seemed harmless. Jokes, memories, late-night messages. Then I scrolled. She hadn't just kept in touch. She'd never stopped. She told him about our fights, about my insecurities, about things I'd trusted her with. And then I read the last message. "I wish I had chosen you instead." The timestamp? Sent 10 minutes earlier, while she was sitting next to me on the couch. The wedding stopped after this confession. I wasn't supposed to speak. I wasn't on the list. But halfway through the reception, after the toasts and laughter, I stood up anyway. People thought it was a joke. I said I just wanted to tell the truth, because everyone deserved it. I looked at the bride first, then the groom. I told them I'd been there the night before, not for the rehearsal, for the secret they thought no one knew. I said the groom had confessed to me that he didn't love her, that he was marrying her because it was easier than leaving. Someone dropped a glass. The music stopped. No one clapped. No one moved. They just stared. And the silence lasted longer than the marriage did. My sleep app recorded someone talking while I was asleep. I started using a sleep tracker to improve my nights. Nothing unusual at first. Until this morning. I listened to the recording. Soft whispers. Footsteps. "Don't wake up. Stay asleep." It went on for almost 5 minutes. I could hear my bed creak. The floorboards outside my room. I live alone. The recording ended with my own voice whispering, "I know you're here." I haven't slept properly since. I found a voice recording on my phone. I don't remember recording it. It was saved at 3:02 a.m., 30 seconds long. I almost deleted it. Then I heard my own voice, whispering, "If you're listening to this, don't go downstairs." I laughed it off. Sleep talking. A joke. Something stupid. But my voice kept going. It mentioned the hallway light, the loose step on the stairs, details I never talk about. Then my voice said something that made my stomach drop. "You already checked the house. It wasn't empty." The recording ended with me saying, "If you hear footsteps, pretend you're asleep." That's when I realized I was awake when I recorded it. I waved at my reflection. It didn't wave back. Every night at exactly 3 a.m., I wake up without meaning to. Same time, same reason. The mirror across my bed. At first, it was small things. My reflection blinking a second too late, smiling when I wasn't. I told myself it was exhaustion. Last night I tested it. I raised my hand and waved. My reflection just stood there, staring. Then, slowly, it lifted its hand too. But instead of waving, it pressed its finger to its lips, like it was telling me to stay quiet. That's when I noticed the clock in the mirror said 2:59, and my bedroom door was open behind me.